Good evening and welcome to our today's episode. Today I want to talk about our houses. For quite some time, people have talked about Caribs being expensive or offering expensive houses. But the question is that the reality? Are our houses expensive? Are we making the prices high in the market? The truth is that that's not the reality. And for us, what we actually do is that we look for what is best in the market. We look for what suits our clients. We have a class and we maintain our class. We do not want to offer a house just because it is cheaper and doesn't have the amenities. We actually, before we take an apartment or a house for marketing, we evaluate to see if it meets uh, most of our things to look at, amenities. So we go for one, security. Does the house meet the security? Two, is it modern? Three, does it have water? Four, is it accessible? Five, what is the character of the landlord? For example, when it comes to issues to do with the deposit and refund, we have had so many issues, so many cases to handle, to solve about the refund of the deposit. And therefore, that's why whenever we are taking an apartment for marketing, we look at those kind of things so that we protect both the landlord and the client. If the client is ready to move out and he maintained the house, then we shall have to come in and make sure the client has the deposit. While the landlord also must only consider to refund the deposit if the house is in attainable conditions. Of course, we allow things like wear and tear, the normal wear and tear, if it's not an exaggerated wear and tear or breakages by the tenant or the client, then we allow that. So once we have considered all those factors, the security, full-time water, not just water, because we don't do things like water comes on Wednesday and Friday only. We insist the client, the tenant, the landlord to ensure that these amenities are there full-time. So some of these houses, we take an apartment and we get water only comes on Wednesday and Friday. And we tell the landlord, for us to market your house, you must have full-time water. So he asks you, what do I do? We tell him there are two options. One, you have to dig a well or drill water. Or two, you must back up tanks. You must add other tanks. So that when the government water, the county government water comes, it must fill the other tanks as a backup. So that if it's coming again on Friday, the water that came on Wednesday is still there. So then we ask about the security. Is the compound well fenced? Is the compound well gated? Is the access well? So once the landlord decides to improve some of these amenities, they tell you now, my house was 8,000, but now you have asked me to add all these amenities. Kindly allow me to add 2,000 or 3,000. So we evaluate and say, actually, it's true. You are comfortable with your 7,000, but you have added all this stuff. How do I recover? So we allow the landlord to actually adjust, and we market that one. And clients come and ask us, I'm looking for a house. It must have parking, it must have full-time water, it must have security, it must have good access. So when you tell a client, now this is what you have, they tell you, yeah, I have no problem with paying. So out of five, only two will say it's expensive, but the other three, who are the majority, I say that's exactly what I was looking for. And that's what we are here in the market, to offer things that are value added to the tenant, to the client. And that's how we end up. Sometimes you see that the houses are a bit expensive. Sometimes we have had landlords who have had very executive homes in Kakamega, but they don't know where to get the client. We pick them up and we decide to market. It's only that now we are putting them on the market in public is when now people will cry and say, hey, is Kakamega this high? No, it's not that we are starting or we are the one increasing the price. The price. This property has been there, only that it has not been amplified to the public. And we are here to amplify it, to make it public. Then now people feel like, but you see, while one person is complaining it's expensive, another person, possibly an investor, feels like, oh, Kumbe, this Kakamega is now ready to develop. Let me also now go and invest there. And that's how many people have been putting up now new apartments, modern apartments, because they use our platforms for benchmarking. They believe that, okay, if I do a house which is on a standard finish, modern finish, then I will still get clients. Then it's true, yes, you'll get clients. So bottom line is that we don't make rents. We don't decide the rents. We only take apartments that already have rent. Some of these apartments we get clients who are there 2 or 3. The apartment was charging 30,000 per month. So when we come there, we only amplify. It's not that we're coming to save the rents. So we don't actually save the rents. We only amplify what's there, and we actually encourage more investors to put more money, to put investments in Kakamega, and to tell them Kakamega is ripe for modernity, for modern investments, and clients are there. Don't worry, they don't imagine that Kakamega is still a village like the last 10 or 15 years ago. No, Kakamega has changed, and you can always get clients if you invest in something nice. Thank you. I'm Victor, and I'm for CAREPS.